My name is Jeff, and I have a music project called Riotron. That's what most people know me by.
I love the introduction of it as a music project, not like an identity. It's just like a little separate thing all on its own.
It's funny because I think a lot of people that are in music will say this. When you first start out, you don't really think that hard about, how people are going to identify with you. And it sort of gets chosen for you. So when I started doing this, I thought I was sort of part of a group of musicians, and we were like a band. And so we always had a band name. And so Riotron sort of started out that way. And I thought it would be cool to keep, some separation between my personal life and because that's always the way it was with the band situation. And then the first time I did an interview like this, the very smart interviewer looked into it and was like, oh, this is just one person. So his name must be Riotron. And everyone's been calling me that since.
I love that story because I did want to talk to you just a little bit about, how you got into this industry before we get onto your new project. And you kind of give us a little snippet, but I'd love to hear more just about like what drew you to music and why you chose especially electro-pop.
I've been doing music my whole life. I come from a really musical family. My mom comes from a small town in northern Canada. And if you go to that town, everybody there can sing or play an instrument. And so I used to spend the summers there. And, for my grandma that lived there, it's kind of like your credentials, right? The more music you could do, the cooler you were in town. So I grew up like that. And I started writing songs when I was about 13 or 14, just for fun. I studied when I was in university. I studied music production and vocal performance, as well as a whole other slew of things that I won't get into because they're not really related. But I stayed in school for a long time. I pursued music more seriously as a songwriter at that time when I was in school. I put it aside for a while and it just kind of faded into the background. I got a job and did the things that people do. And a few years ago, I decided to go back into the studio and just for myself, for my own artistic satisfaction and creativity. And I started working at a studio actually in Tampa, Florida, where I spend a lot of time. My husband is from Florida. And, just in working at the studio, I started to get a bit of a following there. There was professionals that stopped in to see me about my work and just really encouraged me to start putting stuff out. And I guess I started releasing stuff again. And I just got lucky with my first couple of releases and they got a lot of attention and it kind of led one thing to another.
Amazing. Yes, I've definitely seen the music videos that you've created. They're wonderful. And I think this one has a nice, just fun, upbeat presence, this new song that you just came out in this new music video. So I'd love to talk about that. And just, your collaboration with Big Freedia. So can you just tell us a little bit about what this song is?
The song is called Drop a Bomb. And, getting the chance to collaborate with Big Freedia, I didn't take that lightly because I'm a huge fan of Freedia's. And Freedia and I have sort of, we have a lot of mutual friends and a lot of people in the same circles. So I think we both wanted to do something that was uplifting and fun and, not too serious. A lot of times my music is thinking music. I have a good friend of mine that's in radio and I send him a lot of demos and he jokes with me, I love it when you send me songs, Jeff, but every time I hear one of your songs, I feel like I want to give you a hug. So we didn't want that this time. We wanted something that was easy to digest. And I think, what Freedia and I are all about, the thing we have in common is just about being yourself. And, sometimes, you just have to kind of walk into the room and make an impression and be yourself, kind of unabashedly. And so that's what Drop a Bomb is about. It's about, walking into the room or taking control of the conversation and just kind of dropping the mic and not being afraid of the consequences.
I love the positive messages that it has. I definitely think that was accomplished. And I think the music video really plays off of that as well. And I'd love to talk to you about, that. I know it's a cartoon and you're there in cartoon version. And so is Big Freedia. So how did that come to be?
Well, it kind of came organically. So Freedia and I both like doing music videos. And obviously Freedia is very visual. in the way that she performs. And we've been talking about doing a live action music video together, and we were throwing all these concepts around and having so much fun with it. But our schedules just couldn't line up, between everything that's been going on, in the world with travel and so forth, and both of us being busy. We didn't want to give up on the video. And so, I got really obsessed in the wintertime with the lyric video for the Kim Petras song, Coconuts. It's really cute and fun and artful and funny. It's got a great sense of humor about it. It makes you laugh. It's not too serious. And so I just sort of suggested that. I said, what if we do an animated video, if we could find somebody that could help us to take the ideas that we have and just put them into animated form, and then we could push them even further. And, it's, the nice thing about animation is, you're not shooting on sets, you're filming on location. So you can really do anything you want. And that's how that came about. I started asking friends who are in the industry about, animators and directors. And a friend of mine that I'm actually working on my next video with, made me an introduction to Alex Salyer. And I'm not sure if you're familiar with his work. He's an amazing director, producer. He's worked for, everybody from Netflix all the way down the line. And his style of animation is really distinctive. He's also, very queer positive and part of the community. Which I thought was great because I knew he would understand what it was that we were trying to do and say with the video. And I started working with Alex, and Freedia joined in, and we had a good time together. Way too many long Zoom calls and laughing about all the crazy stuff we were putting in there.
So when you first saw the music video, did you guys do like a little watch party over Zoom to see what you looked like animated, or did you watch it separately and just talk about it later?
We didn't do a watch party. We sort of had been doing, so like I said, so many calls about it, and every call, we were micro, dicing it apart. And I think by the time it was done, we all had memorized like every frame of it. I remember, when the first time that I saw it, I was so excited. And I think we're all on a text string. And so we were texting each other, and, I think we were all really excited to see it colored and finished, from Alex's team. And it was a great moment because, we could think back to those initial concepts we had, 6 months ago, and then to kind of see it all come together. There's a lot of artistic satisfaction and all of that. Plus, I think we thought it was going to, drop a bomb when we put it out. So we were excited about that too.
Absolutely. And I wanted to ask, now that it is out, have you had any interactions because of it? Have you heard any feedback on the song that's been really exciting? Yeah,
the feedback has been great. Lately, I've been really lucky in that, I've been hearing from a lot of different places, yourselves, for example. It's always exciting, right, to hear feedback from the community. And I've just been excited to hear that people find that it's impacted their lives. It's made them feel good. I love reading through the comments on YouTube and just seeing what people have to say. There's been, some negative comments too, where I think we knew going into this that whenever you do something that's queer focused, right, you are sort of inviting that in. But I've kind of enjoyed that too, because I think that the point of view that we're presenting in this video, that's extremely positive and uplifting, is something that can help change people's minds, and change people's opinions. And so I've gotten into a few internet arguments, but in the end, I think they've actually turned out rather positive. So I've been kind of equally excited about any negative feedback as I am about positive. I should add, though, overwhelmingly positive. And I've heard from some pretty cool people. A lot of the people I've worked with in the past have messaged me as well, saying that they thought it was cool that we were doing animation.
I love what you said there about the negative comments, just seeing it as like an opportunity for growth. Like, it's not just all bad. It's like we can still get our message out there and still talk to these people that, normally have negative things to say and see what they can say going forward. And I definitely think that it has this fun, uplifting message that's hard to ignore. So I love seeing it. I can't wait to see it out in the real world. I haven't seen it there yet. I haven't been out there yet, really, but I'm excited to go out and hear it in the speakers. And just on final thoughts, I mean, what else can we expect from you going forward?
More music, more fun, more projects. The thing about the Riotron project is, for me, it's just a labor of love, right? It's something that I do as an artist. I'm motivated by creativity, not by anything else. I always, like to say I'm not really a celebrity. I'm not really an actor or something like that. I just like to create things, make things, and share my ideas. Coming up, there'll be more videos from Riotron, the Riotron project, but also maybe some new music, under other project names as well. I'm excited to explore some of my my musical roots in other genres.
I love that. So exciting. So thank you so much. Congratulations on the project. And yeah, thank you for coming on and chatting with me today.
Thanks so much, Caitlynn.